Well, would you look at that? Looks like we're back.
I can't believe how long that letter was. I'm exhausted. I don't know why I'm exhausted. Probably because of all the shit you threw at me.
I'm sorry, I was... Ja, es hat sich viel lange gestaut. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we are out of here. Out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Ah, shit, we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you.
No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor.
Well, in that case, klatsch, schmeißt er erstmal wieder runter. Kann ich jetzt da runtergehen? I can't take this life anymore. This is how we got out of this garbage pit. I never would have imagined that's where this left. So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the masterminds find out, I'm worried about you, too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried?
Kinda? Yeah, of course.
So then,
Then let's just get a concrete answer.
Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Frank if there's a problem with you escaping.
Oh, wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away.
That's a good
That's
point.
true.
As she said that, she put it on the nearby surveillance camera. Oh, fucking girl, so you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now.
Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't.
because
Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared.
Der Mastermind isn't ensnared? Das ist ein komisches Wort. Nie gehört.
Naja,
Ensnared.
so eingewickelt in der Falle.
Wrapped.
Ja, ein bisschen.
Okay. Snared. You said something like that before. That... What does it mean?
so
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. Ja, irgendwie ist mir was am Sprachmuster aufgefallen. Das war plötzlich ein bisschen anders, am Monokuma.
Achso, ja.
Irgendwas ist mir aufgefallen, das hat nicht ganz gestimmt.
Ja, der what? Deswegen, alles ist mir irgendwie komisch vorgekommen, deswegen dachte ich, keine Ahnung.
Jetzt wissen wir ja, was das war, weshalb alles so komisch war, diese ganze Trial. Entweder wir oder Kyoko, ne? Einer von beiden sollte draufgehen. Am besten beide.
Ja.
right.
If we can talk to Frank, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations.
I'm still a little, super uneasy about this.
What an inconvenience.
But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Frank should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going.
Jetzt gehen wir zur gehen wir halt zur Turnhalle, stehen vor der Tür und dann machen wir halt so diesen Alucard-Move. Hit random. Knallen durch die Tür. I'm a bitch. I'm a da. Alright, turn it off. It didn't work. It did not work. Ah, wie gut.
Holy shit, is that Tina? Kommt Marco und hey, you're not out of my way.
Ja, Mann.
Stell mir die Szene so schön vor.
Ja, ich auch. Ja, mal gucken, ob ich da Editierstellung, wenn du das machen kannst. Vielen lieben Dank und geile Arbeit, Dude. Und wenn nicht, auch nicht, und wenn nicht, auch nicht so schlimm, ne? Du hast schon viel gemacht.
Die Edge-Szene war schon super.
Ja. Du hast dich schon sehr übertroffen. Ein Lob auf Editierstellung, was Marcel sagt, auf jeden Fall.
Ich verwechsel immer noch die rote Tür mit der Gym-Tür. Ich denke mal so, bist du gerade dann vorbeigelaufen? Nee, nicht die richtige rote Tür, wo wir zum Class-Trial mal gehen, die gepolsterte.
Ach so! Ja,
Ich denke
nee.
mir so, hat das da nicht Gym? Dann rennst du mal weiter. Ach
Nee.
Gym sieht ja so aus.
Ihr Gym ist braun.
Ich glaube, ich kann Makoto gleich wieder haben.
Warum? Ja, stimmt ja. Bam!
Well now.
Hey, 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 hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
Don't believe it!
But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here?
That's exactly how I thought he'd react. And are we really gonna be okay?
You were supposed to be punished! Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
Come on. So what if I did? Come at me, bro!
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again! And this time, I won't leave anything to chance.
Yoko!
Right.
Do whatever you feel you have to.
What?
What? But before you do, let me just say one thing.
Parlay!
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Hä? Alter, wie scheiße muss Makoto sich eigentlich fühlen, ne? Er ist gerade mal so den Tod entkommen, wird von Kyoko gerettet, weil...
Und jetzt benutzt sie gleich wieder wie ein Werkzeug.
Und jetzt wieder so, ja gut, töte ihn doch ruhig. Hä? Alter, was?
I lose? You! Explain yourself! What do you mean by that?
Because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right?
Huh?
I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right?
Hey! What are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. Well, shit.
Well, you got me there. Fuck.
Okay, na, dieser ganze Mokuro-Ikus, das ist irgendwie so dumm und unnütz. Und eigentlich wirklich nur so Plot für Kyoko und alles. Du bringst einen neuen Charakter rein, der... Oh, das 16 Student und dann... für nix.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro, you did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right?
And that means I lose. You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto.
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't.
Well,
Don't say it like that!
what is this? A comedy routine? To make such a bold claim without a shred of evidence?
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
Yeah, really good luck with that.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. Which is basically what I'm doing right here.
Wir hätten wirklich einfach mal Runaway einfach machen sollen.
He would have been gripped by the despair you love so to by the despair you so love to inspire.
Ist okay, du sprichst heute den ganzen Tag, das ist okay.
I know. But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence? Are you crazy?
Indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Do you mean the audience?
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased.
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto.
Oh shit, you are talking about the audience.
They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Ugh.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat.
Ah!
If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice.
So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again.
Huh?
Only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say?
Aber sag bloß, jetzt kriegen wir hier noch das Finale, oder was?
A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word.
Interesting.
Barrett!
No, wait, what's the opposite of that?
Retarded? Very interesting indeed.
Barry? Barry, is that you?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time to bear jokes! For bear jokes! Now, what you suggest might be possible. It will certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If you do things your way, then that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it will cause your unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown at Wrestle Barrier.
He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So for this final face off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here.
All of them?
All of them! That's right, every last mystery that's burrowing around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself!
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along.
Okay, well, good. Well, let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this goal, then you win. But if you can't do all of that,
We'll all face execution, right?
I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me?
We're as excited as you are, I'm sure. Ich muss sogar gähnen, tatsächlich.
Oh wow, so langweilig?
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing.
Huh?
Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that, for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement?
You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that.
Mukuro's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro
It's a very polarizing.
Doch, war richtig, ne?
polarizing, yes.
Polarizing! Ah, ich hab's doch. Ah, I was right all along. Damn it! Approach? I know, bud. Okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And they're only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began.
Hallo? Ich klicke? Hallo? Ich klicke?
Batterien leer.
Scheiße! Stimmt wirklich! Ich wusste, das würde irgendwann demnächst passieren.
Wait a minute! Changing the batteries!
Monokuma muss erstmal seine Batterien aus.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute!
So wie dieser Gameboy von
I'm back!
Adventure Time, ne?
Hä?
So wie dieser Gameboy von Adventure Time.
Ich habe keine Ahnung, Adventure Time habe ich nie gesehen.
Da gibt es ein schönes Gift. Er legt sich Batterien, so wie er sie braucht, auf den Boden, dreht sich mit dem Rücken zu denen, macht sein hinteres Fach auf, nimmt die alten Batterien raus, kippt natürlich sofort um, aber genau auf die neuen Batterien drauf und ist sofort wieder an.
Huh.
Are there 16 students?
What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth?
Am I lying to you? Have I ever lied to you?
Yes. Why did you go quiet all of a sudden?
Because that was rude.
Now I'm really angry.
I'm done talking. I ain't got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you?
I'm so mad. He seems emotionally unstable.
Leave me alone. Get out of here. You're emotion stable.
Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go?
I don't even care anymore. You're gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Alter, Maggie. Dafür fehlt irgendwie die Luft danach.
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay.
Ich höre gerade im Haus irgendwer ruft hier einen Stuhl oder einen Tisch.
Ich verliere so viel Luft bei dem ersten. Puhuhu, egal.
Lungenvolumenmanagement, mein Freund.
Naja, beim ersten dann Ist schon das meiste weg.
Frank's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym.
Aber ich mag es wirklich, Monokuma zu sprechen. Es macht Spaß.
I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed.
Again.
I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. At least it's just her debt and not the doctor's.
So, it was nice. I'm gonna hit the bed. Einfach stehen lassen und sich verpissen.
Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you. Which is nothing. Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out.
I was bluffing all along.
I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
So,
They had no choice but to accept.
because
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
so
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? So?
Ja.
Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right?
I just thought. The fuck? What?
Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way, there must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason.
so
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world.
it would seem
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all the rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and to show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point.
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. Makes sense, yeah, but what? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous!
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto,
I know how angry it must make you, and yet... that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
in other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
At the very
True.
least.
At least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
Indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me. Der Junko war ja auch dumm, indem sie ihn einfach zu Boden getreten hat.
Yeah.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules, to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. True, yeah. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
Ja, es ist ja auch ultimative Komplettlösung, nicht?
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it.
Naja,
It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Bad.
But it looks like I got it right. This time at least, I won the bet.
Bad.
She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this game.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There is no option except to win!
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on.
Ja, dann müssen wir erstmal Hero wieder so, ja, ich bin kein Geist.
True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Bakula might be a bitch and Toko...
Würde nur
Wir sind
zusammenarbeiten,
Hiro and Hina.
wenn Bakula mitmacht, dann ist auch Toko dabei. Ansonsten wird das nix.
Also das sind aber zwei Bitches.
Genau.
Zwei Bitches.
Ja.
anyway,
Anyway, right now we have to go find the others.
shall we
Yay.
go?
They're probably in the dorms somewhere. Shall we go?
Ja, die werden sich putzen.
Die werden sich freuen.
Hey guys, wanna see a dead body?